But dude, when you think that God took all the beauty of a huge horse and put it into like a baby snicker of a horse, a little horse.
Yeah, is there any other animals that have minis? Like, because there's mini horses, there's mini donkeys. What is it? There's mini cows?
There are? Oh, wow.
Oh, God, that'd be a dark moment. You go to a steakhouse, they're like, just so you know, these are all mini cows.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's still.
That's too dark.
I'd have a little. You know what I'm saying?
You probably could only have a little.
Yeah, that's true, dude.
There's not like a 40-ounce mini cow steak. That's not happening. It's like it's 1 ounce. It's like when you go to a sushi restaurant, they have that one little piece of Wagyu. This is from a mini cow. Oh my God, they're all furry. Maybe I'm gonna finish this show and get addicted to the internet because this is pretty fun. I never knew about mini cows. I didn't know. I would have just been wondering about equines, equus.
Well, look, dude, I think you could get your wife one of these. Let me see. Miniature horses rarely exceed 34 inches in height. Miniature donkeys also max out at around 34 inches.
There's mini micro pigs. Oh, wait, this is a whole list of everything there's mini of. There's mini horses, donkeys, pygmy goats. They don't call them micro goats. They prefer to be referred to as pygmy goats.
Yeah.
Mini sheeps, micro pigs. Micro pigs I've heard of.
Imagine a mini sheep, though.
You could make a very small sweater.
Yeah. You're just sitting there. Oh, dude, we got to get some of these animals. But, dude, when I was a kid, they only had big dogs, and then the dogs started getting littler. A lot of this, I think, is crossbreeding and inbreeding. You know, I grew up in a kind of not an inbreeding district, but I grew up in certainly the stray animal belt and the inbreeding belt, kind of like they run across some of the same plains in America.
Okay.
And we would see a lot of, people start getting smaller over time in the area and that's when you knew okay, people need to start walking farther or driving farther for sex, because you just knew the inbreeding was heating up. You knew the kettle was getting a little warm, when somebody'd have a baby and they could just put it on a key ring or whatever, it was like, that thing's too small, Good to see you, man, because we've never really gotten to talk, and it's good to laugh with somebody.
I love meeting comedians that I haven't met before. I was thinking this the other day, when I was on tour, I was, I bring some of the same guys out with me. And
who do you take with you? Sorry to interject.
Will Sylvince.
He hosts he's in the movie, isn't he?
Will's in the movie, and Ricky Velez. They came out with me a lot early this year, and then our tour manager Beth, who I love. Will especially. Have you ever met Will? Do you know Will at all?
I don't know him, but I recognized him immediately. I know him, but I don't know him well.
The hardest I laugh in my life is after shows going to dinner with Will, because he's just the most ridiculous guy, and he's so funny. Just this stuff. This is one of my favorite Will anecdotes. One time I told him, I said, I wanted to send him a playlist of some music. And he's like, I don't use Spotify. And I was like, well, what do you use? He goes, I use Amazon Music.
Oh, type shit.
And I was like, why do you use Amazon Music? He's like, because I like to download the MP3s and burn them onto CDs. Yeah. I was like, this is such a unique dude.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds illegal, but it also sounds like I respect it,
But let's say I love comedians. Comedians are my favorite people.
Well, I think in the end, it's you have to realize how rare it is that people do it, and that we do all have something in common.
Yeah.
And it used to feel like a lot more like that.
Again, it's like the Southern accent. It's like when I see another Indian person, there's something that pulls me towards them.
Yeah.
It makes me comfortable.
Yeah, I think some of that's just tribes, there's a little bit of whatever's built into us.
And what a specific tribe because most people's worst fear is public speaking, and it's what we do for a living. Yeah. So there's something deep inside that's a bond with all of us. Has to be.
Oh, we're like Satan's mini donkeys.
Mini donkeys of self-esteem.
Yeah.
Mini self-esteem. That's why we need so much approval with laughter.
It's like if you pet me enough.
Micro self-esteem people.
Yeah, if you pet me enough, I'll grow into a regular size horse,
Yeah. We get enough laughs. We play enough theaters, or if we graduate to arenas, then we become full-size people.
This is enough. That's hilarious. It's almost like our Pinocchio story.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I stayed up watching the movie last night, Good Fortune. It's a new movie.
Yeah.
Dude, the amount of turns that started to happen, I'm about like, I guess maybe 45 minutes in. The amount of turns that started to happen in the plot really were making it heat up.
Oh, well, thank you.
It's cool, dude. And Keanu Reeves, he's like this, like, he almost reminds me of like a surfer dude that won Best in Show at Westminster type of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a little bit of California kind of, but he's very sweet, like a little pup.
And his posture's so good. It seems like he would win Best in Show. Like he seems like he has very good posture.
I never noticed his posture, but
you didn't?
No, but I remember when we first started screening the movie. As soon as he came up on screen, I could tell there was something like, "Whoa, this dude's a movie star." And it's not just that he's handsome. There's something, this other, there's this other thing that he has, and he's so funny in the movie. I mean, he just kills. And by the end of the movie, when I've watched it with crowds, like he's just doing the smallest thing and just getting huge laughs. And yeah, but
you directed and wrote, and you're in it, right? You wrote it too?
I wrote it.
Dude, that's
directed,
awesome, bro.
Produced, acted, everything. Too much.
So you have control issues, you think?
Yeah, a little bit, but in a positive way as well. Seth Rogen's in the movie, and he does his show, The Studio, and we've talked about that, about, kind of doing because he does everything on that. And there's something that's kind of streamlined about it, to like, oh, I had this idea, this is how I'm going to write it, and you kind of have, for me, whenever I'm writing something, I kind of have an idea in my head of how I want it to sound and look and everything. And directing is pretty much just conveying that to a group of people to execute it.
Yeah.
So if it's all coming from one person, and if you're one of the people acting, it does make things easier in a sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, that does make a lot of sense, dude.
Yeah, and you have other people like Seth and Keanu who, they have iconic voices. So when I'm writing, I have their voice in the head, and then when they're there, they do it like even funnier than you think they were going to do it when you had it in your head. They add something or they improvise, and the goal is really you have like the version in your head, and then you have this whole crew and cast, and you kind of convey your vision, and then they take that and then they give you something else that's something from them, and it becomes better than you thought.
How long was you guys to shoot for?
Well, it was a little weird because we shot like 1 or 2 days, and then the writer's strike happened. We had to stop for a few months. Yeah. And then we came back, and this sounds crazy when I'm saying it out loud. So we came back after the writer's strike, which was like, I don't know, 7 months or something. It was a while. And
were people pregnant and stuff? Like, was it different?
No one got pregnant, but
okay.
No, everyone was still the same. But
oh, thank God.
We shot for like a couple of days, and then Keanu broke his knee. He broke his kneecap, like on our second or third day back.
What was he doing?
It sounds insane as I'm saying it out loud, because this guy's done all the Matrix movies, all the John Wick movies, never got hurt.
Yeah.
We filmed a scene in a cold plunge, and he was going back to his dressing room. He was all wrapped up in a robe and everything, and he like tripped on a rug and fell on his knee and broke his kneecap.
Oh.
Yeah, they got pictures of him in the crutches here on Perplexity.
No, he broke his freaking kneecap. And were you guys right there? Could you hear it?
No, it was in his dressing room. So I just heard like someone on the walkies like, "Oh, Keanu's down." I'm like,
oh, so he went through it alone.
Yeah, he fell down, and then they were like, "He's hurt," and then he came down. He was ready to film right away. His knee was like bleeding like crazy, and we're like, "Hey, man, maybe you should go to a doctor." And he was like, "No, let's shoot." He loves shooting. He just wants to shoot. But anyway, we could film most of his stuff. He had like a knee brace that we like edited out with VFX.
He didn't get that stupid one with the wheels on it.
No, he didn't have the wheels. Well, it's kind of mean to call it stupid, man. People are that's something people got to use.
But dude, I saw some drunk lady and her husband. They were going down Broadway in Nashville, and
I know the thing you're talking about. It's like kind of like this thing. Yeah,
it's like a mini scooter. And then
my friend broke tore his Achilles heel, and he had to use that for a while.
Yeah, it's like the X Games of being crippled or whatever.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah, it seems a little silly.
Yeah,
but he didn't have one of those. He just had a big knee brace. But we had these scenes where he had, like, most of the stuff we could kind of figure it out, but there was a couple of scenes where we needed him to dance. There's a whole thing where he starts dancing cumbia, and we were like, Keanu, we can't shoot the cumbia stuff. So we came back after his leg healed and shot a few more days. But it was like a 30-day shoot.
Oh, wow. It's fast. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's not too much, but it's not too little.
Yeah. Yeah, David Spade and I made a movie, and I can't talk about it anymore on here because we've talked about it a lot, but.
How many days?
23 days.
That's pretty tight.
It was.
I mean, I don't know the script or anything, but 23 is, that's a lot of work.
But over 30, yeah, we probably had a few days off in between, But it was a lot. It was like the fires that happened, so we had to move. And then
God.
One scene that just happens to be fire in it, and you're like, okay, well, this has to be part of it because you've already set up for the day and whatever the space is going to be. So, like, one day it's crazy winds. The winds were like 45 miles an hour.
I remember that. I was in LA right during the fires. And I remember
so
the day before, there was a crazy winds. I was like, what's happening?
Okay, so we're like talking about kites. We wrote that into the script. Like, we should get some kites.
You wrote it in afterwards.
Yeah, just to add, maybe we'll get some kites after, we like threw in a line. It's like just trying to make things make sense, because you're already set up. Everybody's already driven there. The people are there. There's a lady standing there with makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have washed their bodies and gotten in their vehicles and gotten over there. People have put on deodorant. People have put on clean panties and men's panties or whatever they're called, men's underwear.
They put on their undergarments and they showed up. And it's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because, you write these random things and then all these people get to work to do it. And it's like some silly joke about a pillowcase or whatever. Like, which pillowcase do you want to use?
Yeah. Sometimes it's something as dumb as that. Like, all these people will drive to one place just so somebody can be like, Ricky's a bitch. And you're like, okay, that's lunch. You're like, that fucking took 4 hours?